The final frontier of free speech. This is Vegas All Net Radio. This program is intended for mature audiences only and contains strong or potentially offensive language of an adult and sexual nature. So, listener discretion advised.
The views and opinions expressed on the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City do not reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio or its affiliates.
All music, stories, and characters are the sole property of their creators and are protected under international copyright laws.
Sierra, Alexia, Mama, and Sweet Cheeks are personalities put on for your entertainment.
The stories are real. The language is explicit. The behavior is unbelievable.
If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Watch out for
Blasting to you straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it is the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City, starring Sierra, Sweet Cheeks, Alexia, and Mama. Good evening, Las Vegas.
And people around the world.
We were just discussing
And all you motherfuckers in Norway.
Norway
today.
getting all
I wanted to
IKEA
go to the
European.
European continent.
It's cold there,
Yeah.
like it's cold here.
Yeah, it is.
We're
What were
just
you gonna say?
discussing how we have to change our intro, but season 5's coming up soon, so we might as well just fucking wait and do it then.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what we decided to do, I think. We're just going to wait.
We're just going
It's
to wait.
coming up on the end of the year, end of the season for us.
I know.
Although our seasons are super long. If Walking Dead was 51 shows a season,
I'd be thrilled.
I know.
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah, we do long seasons, girls.
We do. You know what we do? We do soap opera season.
Yes.
That's what
yes,
we do.
Yes,
well,
we
you
do.
know, our lives sometimes are a little soap-erotic. Soap-erotic.
They so are. So I have a question for you ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't
I
make
had
it
something
difficult.
come up this week. So it's coming to be Christmas time. We've got to wrap presents, and I don't know, small children shouldn't be listening to this, so we can talk about how Santa isn't real. But I've got to find a way.
Wait. I don't mean to interrupt, but you said Santa isn't real.
Yeah.
Did you hear the hubbub this week about Santa being black?
Oh my
No.
God.
A blogger wrote that Santa needs to be black, and a Fox News lady
Oh, she
looked
talked about
right at the camera and said, "Kids, Santa is white."
Jesus will always be white and Santa will always be white. First off, Jesus was a Middle Easterner.
Wait. What news chase channel was this?
Fox News.
That's what I figured.
Right. And then, so not only did she look at the camera and say, "Kids, Santa is real and Santa is white. That's just the way it is." And then they started going to the history of what Santa is based on. Saint Nicholas, which was a bishop or something like that,
Right.
who was from Turkey. And if people don't know, Turkey is in that Mediterranean
And they
area.
and Turkish people tend to be quite a bit darker than the other Mediterranean peoples.
Oh, my God.
It was she has been getting so much shit this week, and I think she deserves it, rightly so.
Yeah.
Well, tell your story, and then I have a Santa story this week.
Okay. Well, so it has nothing to do with Santa other
Oh.
than Santa needs to wrap his presents. And I am one of those crazy parents who goes all out to make sure Santa is Santa. I have a whole separate set of wrapping
Yes,
shit.
you have to. That's how I knew Santa wasn't Santa when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's how I found out
Yep,
too. As I was
because
like,
the
wait a
paper.
minute.
Yep. Same paper as Santa was from Mom
This
and Dad.
present from Mom is the same as this present from Santa. How did Mom and Dad know what Santa was getting me, and how did they use the same wrapping paper? No, so
Yep.
I have a giant roll
too.
of
Me
wrapping
too.
paper that is double-sided, and it is just for Santa shit, right?
Yeah.
How long do you plan on keeping that up, by the way?
Until my kid asks me.
Do you know
Okay.
what my mom and dad say? Now, you know, I'm older than 50, and they say the first year you decide to stop believing is the first year you stop getting presents. So I call my mama every year and say, I still believe, and I still get a very nice present every year.
There's a meme going around that says when you stop believing in Santa, then that's when you start to get socks.
Yeah, socks and underwear.
Well, see, the thing is, Santa always brought presents to everyone in our family. This year, Santa is bringing Mom a pair of slippers because she needs some. So anyway, I have to organize this whole Santa wrapping thing. And the original plan was I was just going to leave all the Santa gifts at Callie Guy's Vegas house because that's where all my wrapping supplies for Santa are. But somehow or another, my gifts all ended up at my mom's house with her boyfriend, right?
Okay.
And my wrapping paper's at Callie guy's house, and I've still got other presents from Santa that need to make it out there, and just all this crazy shit. And because now Christmas morning is now going to be at Mom's house with the boyfriend.
No way.
I gave in.
Santa's going there?
Yes, Santa's
Oh,
going
you're nuts.
there.
But anyway, that's beside the point.
So
I think kids need to wake up at home where their own Santas are.
so do I, but I got browbeat into it because the people just don't.
You and my other friend can't say no.
I said no. How many times did I say no? I said no 75. This is exactly where the story's going, by the way. I said no like 75 times. I'm like, look, no, you smoke in the house. I don't want to be there. Santa can't come. I don't want to haul gifts all the way out there. Because it's not like they live like
around the corner.
Yeah. They literally live at the end of the city. The very last house in Las Vegas going north before you get to before you go from being United States of America to Indian reservation. That's where this fucking house is at. It's a 45-minute drive with no traffic from my house.
Oh my God. And this is where you got to go Christmas morning.
I just think you
I've
shouldn't
decided.
go. I just
decided
wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't
do
either.
it.
Me neither, Alexia.
So what I'm going to do is pack all the shit up on Christmas Eve in the car, and then we're going to drive Christmas Eve. We're going to spend the night there so that I don't have to haul everything Christmas morning. But we're going to get it all done. I'm going to pack everything back up in the car, and then we're going to go home. And if they want to have Christmas dinner with us, those bitches are going to be at my house because I got to get that roast in the oven.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You could be at breakfast at my house.
I could be at
And I only live a few miles away from you.
I could be at breakfast at my house. Callie guy makes fucking pancakes that I don't even like pancakes, and I like his pancakes.
Right.
So anyway.
No, my little guy said to me this week, he said, Grandma, they said at school, or so-and-so said at school, there's no Santa. I said, come on, who said that? Grandma, prove to me. I said, prove to you what? Prove to me there's a Santa Claus.
Oh.
I said, now you know my little guy's smart. He's on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, prove to you there's a Santa Claus. How do you want me to prove to you there's Santa Claus? Take me to the North Pole.
Can't take you to the North Pole.
Wait.
You know how expensive that is.
Wait, what I said? I said, are you kidding me? Take you to the North Pole 2 weeks before Christmas?
Oh.
I said, are you kidding me? Santa doesn't allow any airplanes there before Christmas.
So no fly zone.
The North Pole's runways are closed down because the elves are so busy trying to get all the toys ready for Christmas. No way can I take you to the North Pole before Christmas. Maybe after. So a couple hours go away, and he comes and he says, Grandma, have you ever seen a real life elf? And I said, no, I don't think I've ever seen a real life elf. Well, prove to me there's an elf. I said, are you kidding me? The elves are the Santa's secret helpers. You're not supposed to see the elves because they're the ones sneaking around, seeing if you're being good, leaving little treats, and writing all the names down for Santa. You can't see an elf. Oh, all right. So I don't know if I solved the problem or not, but I evaded the problem for a couple of days.
Well, who knows? So
Well, you know what it is, though? You keep your kids in a bubble.
yeah.
And then they go to school, and then you got these other varmints telling them there's no Santa Claus.
No. And they're not just varmints. They're like evil zombie soul-sucking children.
They are.
They're like, there's no Santa, there's no goodness, there's no luck, there's no
That's your mom and dad puts those Christmas presents under the tree when you're asleep. That's why you don't get everything, because your parents don't got no money.
Fucking little kids.
Don't you think it's as a person without kids, okay? Don't you think it's just lying from the beginning and building trust issues in your kid for when they find out that you've been lying to them all those years?
No, because there's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it. And the thing that I've always told my son is when my son asks me, is Santa Claus real? Because he asks, because he goes to school. Because starting in kindergarten, there's that one asshole kid from that one atheist family.
Or the Christian family. No, my daughter.
Oh, the super Christian
people. It was a mother in first grade, like a lunch mother or something, said
Santa's the devil.
Yes, no, Santa's not real. Everybody just, who the fuck is this woman to tell my first grader Santa's not real?
Yeah,
it's one thing if they hear it from other children, but from an adult,
that's stupid. Yeah. So where I'm going with this story?
Yes, tell me the story.
So I need to get out there to wrap the presents. I also have my own personal presents to my kid out there. Yeah, I need to get out there. And one of the biggest problems I have is timing, because I don't get off till 5. I got to get my kid home. I got to get him fed. I got to get him in bed. You know, if there's any leftover homework, we got to get that done before the school starts. You know, there's a lot of shit that has to happen in the evening. And I don't even have time half the time to watch fucking TV before he goes to bed, let alone wrap fucking presents that are 45 minutes away from me with no traffic. My mom's like, well, just come out after work. And I'm like,
What?
do you realize that then he has to stay at Sweet Cheek's house until like 11 o'clock at night, and then I have to wake him up.
And then it's a school night.
And it's a school night. I have to wake him up, get him in the car, and then drive him all the way back home, wake him up again, get him out of the car and up the stairs. And I don't know about you, but an 8-year-old who is already 4.5 feet tall and already weighs close to 100 pounds, not easy dead weight to haul around, by the way.
No.
So I'm like, okay, well, look, I can see if, you know, Sweet Cheeks can watch them for me, or maybe, you know, whatever, I'll ask them. And she goes, well, just ask your sister. I said, no. She goes, well, why not? She'll be there. I said, first off, I don't know if she's going to be there. And second off, the last 2 times I've asked her to do something for me, and by the way, I paid her to do it. She didn't do it. She had somebody else do it for her.
Oh, damn.
And I told her that. And I said, so, no, I'm not going to ask her to do something and then have her bail on me the last minute, especially something as important as picking my kid up, feeding him, and then putting him in bed. Okay?
Right.
Because the last thing I asked her to do and paid her to do was get up early, pick my kid up, and take him to school because I had to go to surgery. Okay? Not just like, oh, I feel like sleeping in. My ass is going to be at the hospital when you should be picking my kid up. I was almost late for my surgery because she did not get up. She made my dad, who was on vacation to come see me during my surgery, come and pick my son up and take him to school.
Wow.
After I'd paid her lazy ass to do it.
Wow.
Right. So I said, no, Mom, no. Because she has not proven to be trustworthy in this aspect. And I'm done with attempting to give her chances. I'm just done with it. And so my mom's like, oh, fine. And I'm like, look, I know you don't want to hear about how much I don't trust my sister because she's never given me, in the last 2 years, she's not given me a reason to trust her.
Mm-hmm.
So the last 2 times I've asked her to do something for me, and I paid her to do it, she pawned it off on somebody else.
Just because they're family doesn't mean you arbitrarily trust them and love them and want to do whatever you want for them.
Exactly. So then, I'm going to read this text message aloud on the air for everyone to
While
hear.
you're finding it,
I have it right here.
Wendy of Neverland says, Megyn Kelly with Fox News is an idiot. That's the name of the
Yes, I know
reporter.
exactly who you're talking about, Wendy.
And if he needs to see him elf, let him watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, good.
And then she says to me, it's not lying, it's building traditions. Santa is the spirit of Christmas, and you show him in many ways.
That's
Good
how I
answer, Wendy. Good
That's how
answer.
when my son asked me, is Santa real? I said, honey, Santa is the spirit of Christmas, and don't you feel the spirit of Christmas every year? I sure do, Mom.
Good
There you
answer.
go.
Good
So,
answer.
when it comes around to it, Mom's not lying. So anyway, this is what my mom sends me as soon as I hang up the phone with her. And I'm like, no, I will find somebody else. I will work it out. I'll come over Tuesday because I can't have him going. I can't have Denise picking him up from his dad's on Monday night because he needs to be completely detoxified after I pick him up from his dad's because his dad's is kind of bachelor patty.
Mm-hmm.
So he tends to smell like a bachelor pad. So here is
like a college dorm bachelor pad.
No, we're talking like Animal House bachelor.
Oh!
Roadie. Okay. So here's what my mother sends me. If this isn't Jewish, Mom, I don't know what is.
She's not even
she's not
Jewish.
Jewish.
She's not even Jewish.
She's a fucking Jack Mormon, for God's sakes. Okay. Sometimes being a sister means mastering the art of timing. There's a time for silence, a time to let go and allow people to hurl themselves into their own destiny, and a time to prepare to pick up the pieces when it's all over. Getting over a bad experience is much like crossing monkey bars. You have to let go at some point in order to move forward. My response was, fine, I'll ask her. Because what do you say to that?
Wait. So this thing wrapped in wisdom speak, because that's what it was. Like it's not wisdom speak, but it's wrapped in wisdom speak.
Yes.
Changed your mind?
No.
She just didn't have a good comeback.
No, because here's the thing. Arguing with my mother about something like this is a lot like yelling at a wall. Once she's made a decision about something, not a fact in the universe will change her mind about it. If she believes, for instance, the meth head ex-boyfriend, she believed 100% that he was clean.
And it took him threatening to bomb you.
This
and
is
your
after
sister.
that.
Oh.
The second time she dated the meth head ex-boyfriend. So the fact that he had threatened to burn down the house and put a bullet in the back of all of her children's and her grandson's head meant nothing the second time she was dating him, because he was clean. Even though I had all of the facts and evidence to prove that he was not clean,
Right.
that he was in fact still using her. But the fact of the matter meant nothing to her. So the fact of the matter is that every time I've asked my sister to do something, she hasn't done it, or she's half-assed it. She cut my son's hair just recently. It looks like shit. She said, "How short do you want it?"
And she is a professional
And she's a
hairstylist.
professional hairstylist. There's all kinds of hairs missing. It's all not even.
I just thought it was bedhead.
No, she just cut his hair.
Yeah,
Thursday night.
Right, because I seen it Friday when I picked him up from school. Yeah.
Right, but it still looks like shit. It looks like he got his hair cut 3 weeks ago instead of 2 days ago.
Recently, yeah.
Wow.
And she asked me, "How short do you want it?" And I said, "Well, pretty short, because I let it go for a while before I get it cut."
And his hair grows pretty quick.
And his hair grows pretty quick. It's not cut very short at all.
Wow.
It's barely trimmed up. So I lay all of the facts of evidence in front of my mother. Okay, look, the last time I asked her to do it, this happened. The time before that, this happened. When she does this, this happens. When she does this, this happens. When she does this, this happens. She's not doing what she's telling you she's doing, because my sister in her very drunken states has a tendency to text me instead of other people. And say shit like, "Oh, I'm over by the bar getting another drink," or "I'm sitting over by this machine, meet me over here." Or she'll go, "Oh, haha, sorry, that wasn't for you. Do you want to come out with us drinking and gambling? It's Wednesday night." No.
Yeah.
And I don't have the money to drink and gamble. And supposedly, you don't either, because you're poor.
Yeah.
Because that's all she ever bitches about, is how little fucking money she's got. "Oh, woe is me, oh, woe is me, I only work 2 nights a week." Well, you know what?
Get a job.
Get another job. Get a different job.
Exactly.
How about this? Instead of being out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday drinking and gambling, why don't you be out 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday putting in applications at places where you know you're qualified to work? Hey, that's just me.
Right.
But none of this, though I can show proof to my mother, means nothing.
Right.
Because she has decided that I'm being an asshole and need to trust my sister. And that is what... there's nothing I will say. That's what happened at Christmas Eve. Nothing I said to my mom. "You smoke in the house, Mom. I can't have Daniel, my son, over there because he has asthma.
Yeah.
He can't be there while you're smoking inside the house." "Well, we won't smoke in the house." "Okay, but you smoke in the house. You'll be smoking in the house 5 minutes before we walk through the door.
Right.
That smoke will still be in the house when we walk in." None of these facts, nothing. You know what she finally did when we were discussing this? She's finally like, "Fine, we'll just go somewhere else for Christmas." Are you kidding me? Now you're not going to want to spend Christmas with your grandson because I don't want him in your cancer-infested home?
Yeah.
I think you should let your mom go one Christmas without her grandson.
Yeah,
because the
you
next,
know what?
if she goes without it once and she misses it enough, maybe she will.
Well, and you know what? Then Sierra, now I've been a part of her son's birthday party for 3 years now.
Right.
Have you ever seen my mom at any of them?
No. Well, I take it back. The first one in the park.
Ah.
She was there.
Because she didn't have a boyfriend at the time.
Right. Right. Oh, that's very true. But I want to go back to your whole sister thing. Now, Sierra works a way out that her sister gets the responsibility, but I'm the backup plan.
Right.
Okay. So she
That's
said,
great.
Well, okay, right, because we had all along I had planned to take the boys shopping for their mothers on Tuesday. So she makes a plan that I would drop her little guy off at her house so that the sister just has to sit there and open the door. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be anywhere at a specific time. All she has to be is awake.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even have to be awake because I'll pack the kid's key in his car. He can just let himself in. She just has to be home.
Right. So there's an adult when I drop him off. But I have to tell you something. The three of us, we never talk on the phone.
Mhm.
We text always. So when this one calls me in a real phone call,
You know it's important.
the last real phone
Yeah.
call, you know what the call was about.
Yeah.
Our poor Michael. And I'm like, oh my God, it's from Sierra. And seriously, it's a
Right.
panic for a minute. And then I've called her like a couple of weeks ago, but there's just too much to text and I need to, work it out.
This was one of those
yeah, she
situations.
needed to work it out.
We
Yeah.
always preface it with I'm going to call you or
Right.
with a text. We preface it with a text.
We had not even
Right.
been
Too much to
texting.
text, I'll call.
Right.
That's
If we
what I-
hadn't been texting at all, the phone just rang.
Well, I was just so frustrated with everything right then with my mom and this stupid, crazy, stop being an asshole, basically, my mom is trying to be, the home fixer, except that you can't be the home fixer and then never be home.
Right.
So,
No, she wants to be the home fixer and she wants you to be the one that bends all the time.
Yeah.
you
That's
see,
what it seems like.
my family, we didn't have any conflicts before because I never said no.
Mhm.
I was Alexia can tell you, she's known me for a long
Oh, yeah.
time. I have dropped everything that I'm doing to go do something for my family, and sometimes it's something stupid. A very good friend of ours and I and my boyfriend and her boyfriend were out on a date. We were out on a double date because she was moving out of town to California. And so we were like, it's going to be the last time. We really want our boyfriends to meet because they're both kind of like the same guy. And they were. They're both, really smart, went to really good schools, basically do the same job. They really connected. Me and my friend connected again. We were having a good time. I had my phone off and in my purse. My mother calls the restaurant
You're kidding.
and says,
me.
you need to hurry up and come home. So I hurry up and come home. My sister's cat is sick. And that is when I started saying no to my family. Because they pulled me out of, and I haven't been able to see, and she moved shortly after that.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to be able to hang out with her again.
Right.
We didn't even make it through the entree. We didn't even get to dessert and drinks. I dropped everything because my sister's cat was sick. This was why my mother called the restaurant because my sister's cat was
And
sick.
this is why you always ask why when someone says
I
you need
can't
to
get
come
over
now.
why would they call you about your sister's cat?
She's got animal skills.
I'm a vet.
Like she could do anything.
I've worked as a
I'd
vet
say,
tech for
you
many,
know
many
what?
years. Take him to the vet.
Yeah.
It was.
That's fucked up.
Anyway.
Girl. It's fucked up.
Our ladies, some frames per second issues here. We're gonna take a break here in a few minutes, and we're gonna try a different broadcast system, and then maybe it'll clear things up for you guys.
Yeah, maybe it's our HD. Maybe it's not handling the Wi-Fi or our internet because you're plugged in.
I'm plugged
Might
in.
not be handling the internet speed.
Yeah, except that it's something.
As long as our words are clear.
yeah.
We're not doing bra shots right now anyway, so.
Yeah.
You're not missing much.
You're not missing much. Just bitching about my family. So, I don't remember where I was going with this story other
We were
than
talking about you having to wrap presents right out in BFE.
Right. So I got to
And,
drive out to BFE. So that's why I have to drive out to BFE. That's why I had to figure out somebody to watch my kid for me on Tuesday night because he needs to be in bed by 8:30. He cannot be up late anymore. It is showing in his work. And I needed someone I could trust to do it. And, I was like, I'll work it out. I'll figure it out, blah, blah, blah. And then, she basically walked into my room with a bat and beat me over the head until I said yes. Because even though I have proof that this is not going to work, she still thinks I should give it a try. My question is, how many times do you allow someone to beat you in the face with something before you just stop letting them beat you in the face with it?
Well, my
That's
rule is
only
once.
you have the answer to that because
Yeah.
you're the one letting them beat you in the face.
My rule is once.
Me too.
But I try to say no. You've heard me say no multiple
then
multiple
just
make-
don't
but-
pack the
well,
fucking presents in
it's-
there and take them.
It's you have to make the no stick.
exactly.
If you say no, you have to mean it. And just say, I don't want to discuss
and
it.
obviously, your mother knows that the more she pounds you and makes you feel guilty, the easier she's going to eventually make you say yes.
This is
Just
true.
don't put the fucking presents and the kid in the car on Christmas Eve
But then I have to be the one to explain to my son why he can't spend Christmas with his grandmother.
because your grandmother chooses not to be here to watch you open your presents from Santa.
Except that that's not what my mom will tell people, and that's not what she'll tell my grandson the
that's-
next time she sees
that's
them.
what you're. But
Let her. You know what? When your son asks you to say, ask your grandma and let her explain it. Put it on her, not on you.
Because your mommy doesn't want to come out to Mr. Steve's house for Christmas.
Well, you know what, Daniel? I want to make sure that you get your presents from Santa Claus, and Santa Claus that lives right here on Flamingo.
You love your son and you trust him.
I do.
Why don't you ask him? What would he like to do?
I have, and he is only concerned with making sure Santa knows where he's at.
Okay.
And he doesn't care.
He doesn't care?
He doesn't care as long as Santa knows where he's at. And the fact of the matter is I can make sure Santa knows where he's at no matter what, because I'm fucking Santa Claus. It's not like his dad is Santa Claus at all. It's not, his grandma helps pay for Santa Claus presents, but she's not the one that's got to be up till 2:00 in the morning making sure everything's done.
So I know that all of your Christmases in the past have been at the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's become a tradition where everybody comes to the house and watches Daniel open his presents. And why they would want to change it, well, I know why she wants to change it, because she's selfish.
She's got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she wants to do it at the boyfriend's house.
Right.
Because the boyfriend hasn't celebrated Christmas in many years.
Is it fiance or boyfriend?
Well, she says fiance.
Okay.
They don't have any children over there. You know what? I don't know, but she needs to mold a little.
Yeah.
Okay. She's the one. I mean, you guys have had this tradition in that house since your son was
very small.
Very small. Since he can remember.
4 years.
At least the Christmases he can remember.
This is what you do. This is what you should do. I'm telling you what to do.
Tell her.
Okay? Do Christmas at your house. You make breakfast at 7 or 6 a.m. because I know that kid gets up at god-awful early hours.
Yeah, he does.
Right? I will come over Christmas morning because I don't have kids. And I will have done Christmas with my niece and nephew the night before. So I've got nothing to do. I'll come over at 7 o'clock. I might come stay the night Christmas Eve. Who knows? Right? Because it's right down the street from my sister's house.
Right.
You cook breakfast. Invite your mom and your sister and anybody in the family that wants to come, because we'll be there. And the kid only has to wake up and do it. And then from there, save one present. We'll leave. We'll go to Sweet Cheeks' house and have breakfast again.
There you go.
At her house.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to save a present, because I have a couple little things at my house for him.
Oh, there we go.
So that's okay. See?
So we got presents for you.
That way I can give you guys the presents that I have for you on Christmas Day. And
yeah, because we don't have breakfast till at our house. It's actually, if you guys are going to eat 6 or 7 at your house, my breakfast isn't until around 11, because it's more like brunch. It's more like brunch.
And that's perfect.
It's after the presents and stuff.
So we can have a great day of food and breakfast. Because I can eat the hell out of some eggs.
Oh, and I'm going to tell you, I make homemade blueberry waffles, and we have ham, and I make egg bake, and I make biscuits and gravy.
I'll just bring my pills.
That's it. Just bring them, girl.
That's what you should do. And just say to your mom, look, you know what? I know that I said I would do this, but I just can't do it. I can't, because you have a ton of presents for this boy.
I do.
And
they're all at her house right now.
Why are they at her house?
Because we went Christmas shopping together, and even though I said, look, I can sneak them in,
well, that's
not a big deal.
That kind of changes the dynamic.
It does. She's holding all the fucking presents hostage.
Yeah.
Which is why I have to go over there to wrap the presents.
And if you
can still go over there and wrap the presents and put them in garbage bags and bring them home.
Yeah.
But then
I had a way to sneak
part
them
of the
in.
argument. But the part of the argument is, so she wouldn't have to lugging them across.
No, yeah. The idea. See, I think the argument is not necessarily lugging the presents at this point. It's your son not waking up in his own bed on Christmas morning with his presents in his own house.
Yeah.
I know, and the fact that I'm going to have to pack the extra inhaler because I know he's going to end up wheezing.
Yeah, and then Santa will have known that he was intuitively going to be at Grandma's house instead of his own house. So that could put doubts of Santa in his head.
You're right.
You're throwing it out there.
I'm with you, Alexia, because I think they need to
Santa's
stay.
magic and can know everything. So.
All right. Well, you know what? You obviously don't want to tell your family no. So us trying to get you onto our side of the story isn't working.
I said no. And then they just walked all over me until I had no option but to say yes.
No. You always have an option.
Because here's the thing. I love my family a lot, right? And I do a lot for my family. I do a lot for my family. And as soon as I say no, everything that I have done for them means nothing. And they are telling their friends and family, their friends and the other people in our family, what an asshole I am. Take note. My sister when she moved. Remember we talked last week about how my sister moved all my shit around in my kitchen, and I threw a fit because my bread was no longer frozen where I needed it to be.
Right.
All my mom heard about was how she moved a loaf of bread, and I freaked out. She did not tell my mom about all of the other shit that she had changed.
Oh God. Hearsay is
The worst.
story. What is it? History is subjective.
But that's the thing is that's the way the two of them talk to each other.
But why do you fucking care?
Wendy
You know the truth. Your man knows the truth. Your child knows the
Wendy
truth.
of Neverland says that we established real early that the one with the youngest kid gets home field advantage, and the grandparents come pay homage to our daughter at our house.
I like that.
And that's a very good
It is,
tradition.
but the
to have.
youngest should have home.
She also says, is it weird that the lesbian family doesn't have any of these kind of problems?
No! Yay! Yay!
You know what? If I only had to deal with Callie Guy's family, it's just like one of them.
Yeah, they're dead.
He has cousins. If I only had to deal with them, this wouldn't be an issue. No one would care.
Just say, look, this is how it is. We're going to be there Christmas morning with presents from Santa. You can be there or you can't. Bye!
Well, I'm going to let it slide this year. But next year, I'm going to take a stand just like I did with Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, you have to do only one holiday at a time.
Yeah, one holiday at a time.
One per year.
Next
She'll work on Easter and then
we're working
4th
on
of
it.
July. Yeah, soon enough.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after these messages from our friends, family, and sponsors. And I'm going to try something different, so hopefully the video is better for you guys.
We'll be right back.